Hi everybody, and welcome to Orthodoxy 101. Well, in our continuing look at Orthodox vestments, today we're going to be looking at the Epitracheli. Now the word Epitracheli is just a Greek word that means upon the neck. Now you'll hear some priests abbreviate it and you'll hear them call it a Petracheli, which is fine, or commonly in English it's known as a stole. Maybe what you've heard some people say is that this represents the spiritual yoke of priesthood. But that doesn't really line up with the prayer that you're going to hear later that I read as I put the Petracheli on. So what it represents is the grace of the priesthood that God has bestowed upon His priest. Remember, priesthood always belongs to Christ, and He lends that priesthood to the priest and then expects it to come back to him with the question of, what have you done with my priesthood? So in this case, it is the grace that has been bestowed upon that particular priest. As you've probably heard me say in previous videos, the Petracheli just represents now the deacon's orarion, but now it has been brought together and fitted then over the neck. So representing again that sign of priesthood. Interestingly, this is the one vestment that must be present for any service that the priest does. So not only liturgy, but also services like matins or vespers, all of the sacraments to include confession, and any time that I visit somebody at their home or in the hospital for them to receive communion. So this is the one piece of vestment that must be worn any time that the priest is acting in the role of priesthood. Well, okay, it's not that you can only wear that. You have to wear other items like the exortison or like the sticharion, so you can't just wear this. But this piece here, the Petracheli, must be present. Another thing I thought would be interesting to note is, if you notice, at the bottom of every Petracheli are these tassels. Now, these tassels do not in any way connect us with the Jewish tassels that were on their vestments. What these tassels represent is they represent, and I'll just open this up here so that you can see it here, they represent both the living souls that are under the care of the parish priest and those who have departed, for the priest to remember to say memorial prayers for those persons. And this is the prayer that I read when I put the Petracheli over my neck. Blessed is God who pours out His grace upon His priests, as myrrh upon the head that ran down the beard of Aaron, which ran down the hem of his garment. Now, just to give you an idea of how each piece of vestment layers on top of one another, what I'm showing you now is the Epitracheli that is layered now over the sticharion, and this is the sequence in which the priest would then be putting them on until he's finally vested. So, thanks for joining us for this episode, and join us next time when we're going to be looking at the zoni, or the belt. So remember, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.